Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are making this stylish top. Yeah, it has something like a flare on the sleeves. Yeah, so we shall start with making our pattern. The video is going to be a little bit quick, bear with it. Yeah, so we shall make our pattern, the front and the back. We shall make our lines, the bust measurement, the under bust, waist, and the full length. Yeah. So we come down on our armhole to make a shoulder slope, then make our chest line there. If you don't know how to make this, you can check out my video on how to make a basic bodice. Yeah, so it will be easier for you to understand what we are doing here. So you put all your measurements and make your nipple to nipple measurement. Yeah, we shall straighten up like that. Make your nipple to nipple measurement and make that line there where we are going to make our dart. Yeah, so we come down on the bust line by one and make our dart like that. So we make our waistline and mark the allowance. Yeah, and the dart allowance we also count it. Then make sure our measurements are the right measurements. And now we make our neckline. I made mine by 3 by 6. Yeah, so we are going to make the back pattern. Bear with me, I'm on a high speed. I don't want the video to be so long. Yeah, so that's why I tell you it's important to know the basic bodies, because if you know it, yeah, you just need a little guidance. So we make our back pattern. The neckline is it's 1 inch by 3 or by 4. It depends on how big you want your neckline to be. Yeah, so we also indicate the nipple to nipple. We make that dart, and there we start our line from the bust line. We don't leave 1 inch up. Yeah, so we have to measure and see that the measurements are the right measurements. Yes, and then we shall cut out our patterns if we are done with everything. So we mark the front and our back, then we are going to join our pattern from there. We join it with a sealing tape. Yeah, after joining, we are going to get our so that was excess. We are going to get an extra paper, pattern paper, and fix it in like that. Yeah, because we are going to cut our sleeves together. So we shall just put a sealing tape to keep everything firm in one place. Then we get our, yeah, and you add a little bit like that. So you can use your free hand, you can use a pattern maker, but it's okay, you can use a free hand. Add an extra because we are not going to make our top with a sleeve. So that will be our sleeve. Yeah, so we make it stay in one place like that. And yeah, now what we are going to do, we are going to cut out our darts. And after cutting out our dots, we are going to join that line to the neckline. Yeah, the middle of the line. You measure in the middle of the neckline, you join the line to the neckline like that, and you cut it together. We are going to cut the front and the back together. So what you are going to do, you are going to measure 1 inch from the inside and 1 inch from the outside, as you've seen me doing. But when you're cutting, you cut from outward to inwards, because you don't cut completely. So we are cutting like that. You don't cut completely to break it. You cut like that. You leave it together like that. So we are going to get our fabric and lay out our pattern on the fabric. So you lay and pin your fabric, your pattern on the fabric you're going to use like that. So you cut out like that. So make sure, for me, when I'm measuring my pattern, I leave a sewing allowance in the pattern. So in case you didn't leave a sewing allowance when you're cutting out, you have to cut a sewing allowance along. Yeah. So we are done with one part. So we are going to cut the other part. And when we are cutting the front pattern, this pattern of the inward, which has the neckline on it, we cut it on fold. Yeah, we cut it on fold. So the fabric was not enough there. I had to replace something after. So you cut out your neckline like that. Yeah, and cut out your back like that. So you mind the zip allowance on that, what, when you leave a zip allowance. So you open up like that. That's why I told you cut it on fold. When you open up, you have to put that outer part. And now we are going to make the outer part of the other side like that. So we don't use the pattern again, you just use this part you cut out, because it is the same thing. Then you cut out. Yeah, after cutting out, you're going to join it to the other part. Yeah, to the other center part. So after that, this top disturbed me a little bit. If you're going to join, you have to mark the front part and the back part. It is very easy to sew the back on the front. It is very easy, very easy, because it's what I did in at first. I just realized that, oh, this is not the back and this is not the front. So when you're sewing, you have to observe and mark the front and know that this is the front and this is the back on that center front and that outer front and outer back. So you have to mark very well and know where to place which. Yeah, so that's how we made our top. And thank you for watching. Bye bye.